Recording. There we go. Hello, welcome to Tea with the President, an evening segment, Sunday evening segment where I get to sit down with President Naokimi and Yoshie and talk about last week, talk about the upcoming week, what went well, what we're looking forward to, and everything in between. Sip some tea, maybe spill some tea. I've made up for the fact that I don't usually, or the last couple of weeks I haven't had tea. Now I have two.
Wow. That Thai iced tea?
Yeah. Matthew made it, and he added a little bit of some orange essence to it.
And you have a nice pink mug there.
Mm-hmm. I got this mug from my mom for Christmas. It says,
"Keep calm and call mom." Aw, that's nice.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one who uses it, though. Hi, nice. President Naokimi, how's it going?
Hello, Yoshie. Good evening to you.
Yeah, so if you are joining us for the first time, this is just kind of a casual conversation between President Naokimi and myself, and also you. So if you have a question for either of us, feel free to put them in the comments and we'll read it out. Yes. I guess with that, let's go ahead and jump in. What are you grateful for in this last week, President Naokimi?
Good question.
Let's jump in straight into the Thanksgiving portion of
That's right. I already shared my top 3 Thanksgiving points. But this week, I would say, well, something that was new was I did get a chance to visit my sister, who recently had a baby.
Aww.
So a couple weeks ago. So that was different. My wife made some soup for her, and I went with my mom to kind of visit. So it's the first time seeing I guess that would be my nephew. Yeah, nephew, I guess.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, so I think it's the first one other than my children. So out of my siblings, this is the first kind of child outside of my own family.
Wow. So I guess on your side of the family.
On my side of the family, yeah.
It's your first.
So my wife's siblings, some of them have kids, but for my siblings, this is the first outside of my own kids. So yeah, so for my parents, it's the first, the first grandchildren outside of my own kids. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's great.
So yeah, that was different.
The baby, how old is the baby?
I think it's 2 weeks. He's 2 weeks old. Yeah, it's very
really little.
Yeah, very small.
That's exciting.
So yeah, I guess that was different.
So some family time.
Yeah, a little bit of a drive, but out in Long Island. But it was still nice to be able to visit. So yeah, I would say that was something to be grateful for, having more relatives, I guess.
A new member of the family.
A new member of the clan. Yeah. I think that's the main thing. I have been taking gratitude notes with Dr. Young's together with Dr. Young's morning devotion. So I know I have every day I'm kind of trying to identify one person I'm grateful for, things like that. So I'm taking a quick look at my notes. Let's see. Well, this week, a couple shout outs maybe. I have here grateful for Lewis. He's a guy that works in manages 43rd Street and the building, and he's been really doing a great job upgrading the building. that property. I also noted here, grateful to Dr. Yong for loving members on Chi Parent's behalf. He's been going around and doing his tour thing and hugging everybody, and I'm glad someone's doing it. I've been kind of more at home, kind of virtually meeting people, but he's been really going out there. And grateful for my wife. She was the one making soup for my sister and kind of really doing the care aspect of that. And just the other day we had a special meeting with Dr. Kazuko, I think. Anyway, with hosted by Kobayashi-san and Inose-san and Hasegawa-san. And so that was a really nice meeting, and grateful that they invited me and hosted that kind of experience there. That was yesterday. So yeah, a few people I could express my gratitude for this week.
That's great. I like that. Shouts out. Yeah. Thank you all for doing good work and working hard.
How about you, Yoshie? What are you grateful for? Or who are you grateful for?
Well, okay. Right now I'm in California. I've been here for a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna be here until the beginning of December. So it's really lovely to spend time with my parents. It's kind of rare. And yeah, so I'm very grateful for my parents. And Matthew is here also visiting.
I kind of guessed that too, because you had the tea. So
yes, maybe the tea. So I'm grateful for the tea. He likes to cook, and so he's been cooking for us a lot, and I'm grateful for that.
Wow. Definitely something to be grateful for.
And I also had a nice long check-in with Grace Kellett today. So I feel just kind of generally like filled up, and yeah, that was great. And shout out to Grace and Hebangja, who are also like, a new couple who, are planning to go to the next blessings.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, those my gratitude people.
Thanks for sharing.
Let's see. Anne Marie Naka says that she's grateful for her children and grandchildren. So that's nice. Okay, so what was challenging then about this week?
This week, one challenge was there was a sudden request from international headquarters to send 80 clergy to Korea within a week, and they needed the name list in a day. So that was quite a scramble for the team.
I heard something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I hear things from Tal, and that's how I get my news.
Yeah.
So are you going?
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning because it reminds me of the days when things happen just all of a sudden, and it's really out of left field, and then it directly kind of impacts the local, or in this case national operations. It kind of throws things off a little bit. So anyway, I'm sure there's a good purpose to it. Just the communication, the timeline always seems to be very urgent. So and I'm hoping that things will I can't imagine it, but anyway, hoping for international to get more organized in that sense. But so that was one challenge this week.
Yeah. This is the YCLC ACLC kind of joint visit.
Yeah, that's right. So there's going to be combination of staff, YCLC, ACLC going this time. They're asking for 80. They're not even sure that they can get through because you need a special visa and permission from the country to receive people that without having to quarantine, especially if they're not Korean citizen.
I see. Yeah, so this is kind of the YCLC big trip that has been planned for a long time, but
Not quite.
okay.
Although it is somewhat overlapping here. This wasn't an initiative of YCLC. This was simply a conference they wanted to have with clergy.
I see.
And we thought it'd be a good time for YCLC to hop on board as well for this opportunity. Yeah.
I see.
So anyway, it could be that, those intentions were put into the universe, and regardless of how it's done, the opportunity showed up. Yep.
Yeah. Got it. Well, I was, I don't know. I know that I was on the list for the YCLC thing. And then when Tal was talking about this and how they had to have the name list, and not only the name list, but also the passports because of the quarantine and permission from the government thing, I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not going this time because I didn't know about it. So that's how I found out about that.
Oh, I see. So you're part of the YCLC list?
Yeah, I believe I am as like social media coverage.
Oh, I see. It's actually not a bad idea.
Oh no.
Anyway.
What happened?
Maybe we can slip you in there, Yoshie.
Okay.
But we still have a big project to do here too. So that's why I'm a little concerned. And then they were even saying, the sub-regional directors were saying that, either myself or Dr. Young should be going too. It just happens to be a couple weeks before our main event. So,
right.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I mean, Reverend Jackson, Reverend Thompson are going. So I feel good about that. But yeah, I think next couple of days, things will get more clear.
Yeah. Make some decisions there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a big thing to be planning pretty immediately. I can understand why it's challenging. Okay. So then what happened that was like an exciting development this week?
Actually, this past week was quite busy, a lot of good developments. Don't want to bore everyone, so maybe I'll just focus on a few things. But the main thing was I asked the team to prepare like a top 5 victories of the year. And that was really nice. It was part of my last sermon was on that topic of claiming victories. And so each of the sub-regional directors were able to share. I also met with like the PR social media team, the next gen leadership team, which includes like GPA and CARP and those guys, as well as the ministry support team. So almost everybody, I had a chance to hear their top 5 from the year. And it's always exciting to kind of hear what has been done. And it also encourages those who are reporting when they're able to kind of claim a victory. So I thought that was really inspiring. That was kind of one of my highlights this week, was just hearing the different achievements or victories from each of the different staff members.
Yeah, that is really great. I think it's really great practice I mean, because I had to do it. We met to just kind of look back and think like, what is it that I did this year? And I'm sure to hear that from each department was good. Filled you up with energy.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're doing some good work here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then part of it, practically speaking, was also to kind of get a sense of what's been going on for the more national level report for North America. So, and one of those exciting things were accomplished by you, Yoshie, with social media. So excited to share and report about that. Yeah. it's like a different approach to reaching the masses and really making an impact on society. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Mhm. Today I'm dealing with like, yes, there's lots of eyes and we're being introduced to a lot of people, and also like I really have to be careful not to look at the comments because and I have to put some boundaries on myself, I think, because the more eyes, the more comments, and so like really like there's a comment a minute, and they're not all positive.
Yeah, I can imagine. You gotta keep protect your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of
And my
haters out
creative
there.
energy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reminds me of this exercise at one of my kind of coaching conferences I went to. One of the tools that the instructor was sharing was like creating an invisible fountain of water
Okay.
around you, and to imagine it and prepare your heart before engaging in kind of toxic conversations. And then by creating this like intentional water barrier around you, you can actually protect your heart when engaging in those kind of conversations. So
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Yeah. The problem is like I am a child of the internet, and I have lived so long with my phone, and not only is it like my job, it's also kind of my entertainment and my kind of downtime thing. And it's such a reflex to just kind of like check, and then I check,
yeah.
and then something hits me and it's not good. And that's a problem. Yes, so to be intentional and to prepare myself,
Yeah,
I
almost like
like
taking
that.
time, almost like you have
Yeah,
to, this is work time, this is
yeah,
personal.
yeah.
And then when you enter the work, you kind of wear your gear and you're ready for the battle, you know?
I like it. Yeah. Yep. That's helpful.
So,
Yesterday I did go for a walk, and I had like a long call with a good friend. So, like
yeah, that's great.
I found my way back out. But I'm still like taking like long controlled breaths.
Sure. Yeah, it's the price of fame, Yoshie.
It's luckily it's not like me. It's not my face right now yet.
Yeah. Then it
Yeah.
gets more personal.
It's easier to be an organization on social media for sure than a person, I think, because there's a little bit of protection anyway.
A little bit.
So you had meetings with with the departments to talk about, and the SRDs to talk about topside victories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There were a few more kind of key things that happened this week. I had a chance to meet about a leadership development program for our leaders in Subregion 1. Had a good conversation with the Holy Canaanites Trinity that I've been working with. We kind of wrapped that one up for the sake of kind of developing something new. And we had a good conversation. We're drafting up a proposal this coming week, and I'm excited to kind of prepare to launch that in the beginning of next year. So it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be kind of the best of all the different leadership trainings I've done in the past. I'm kind of excited to get that going. So that was on Thursday, and then also, as you know, I've been meeting with my district pastors, and this past week I started coaching one-on-one. So we did more like a team group session to go through the whole wiser process, and now it's kind of one-on-one coaching. And yeah, every time I do it, it's like it reminds me of how much I enjoy it and the kind of impact and transformation it provides. And if they're growing and learning, then I can totally see the ripple effect of how that can also serve the broader community that they're responsible for. So yeah, that's been a real highlight for me as well. And this past Sunday marked 52 sermons, so a full year's worth.
Wow. Goodness.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, thank you, Yoshie. Thank you. And then for next week, yes, every sermon does require.
Is that what it is? Anyway, I don't know.
Not just me, but also Tal. Tal does a lot of the slide preparation and quote search and research. So it's been a team effort there. But I'm thinking from next week, it's going to shift and I'm going to try a few different things. So we'll see how that goes, but it's going to be like a principal application series that we're going to be starting from next week. So tune in, everyone.
Tune in on Sunday.
Yep, tune in on Sunday for the new and updated series.
Ooh, that's exciting. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of things happening this week. Sounds great.
Yep.
Okay, so I have some Thanksgiving themed questions because this is the Thanksgiving episode. Do you have any family Thanksgiving traditions? And what yes.
Well, one Thanksgiving tradition that we've had for a little while was that instead of turkey, I used to have I'm not used to, but we typically have a kind of sushi sashimi. Not quite nice. A typical Thanksgiving American meal, but
more it's a typical Thanksgiving Japanese meal.
Japanese style, yeah. You prepare all the fish and you have hand rolls and yeah, I really enjoy that. So that's usually, but my wife enjoys more the traditional Thanksgiving meal. So, like more recently, we've been going back to the turkey meals, turkey or chicken meals. It's hard to do turkey really well. So chicken tends to be more juicy and tender. How about you, Yoshie? Any traditions on your side?
Well, yeah. So we usually spend Thanksgiving with my mom's side of the family. Until this year, actually, they lived quite close by. And they recently moved to Missouri. But yeah, so my Thanksgivings include like a very typical American dinner. I'm a big fan of my aunt's bread, and she does this cauliflower dish that, yes, I dream about. And you know, there's a certain level of like, we are representatives of true parents when we meet my mom's side of the family. And so I do have this little like, it's not like a big holiday that I enjoy. Like there's responsibility there and I have to be so like it's like there's gonna be good food and it's gonna be a little bit draining, Yoshie. Like that's my like sense when it comes to Thanksgiving.
I understand. Yeah. You have to represent.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna have a pretty small like family dinner here without, you know, because the whole family has now moved. So we're the only ones in California now. Yeah.
Yeah, for us also, because we're the only one with kids in my family, they would always gather at my home. But because of COVID, the past 2 years, we haven't been gathering. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, probably won't be gathering much this year either.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite Thanksgiving memory from your childhood?
Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, I love seeing the plates of sashimi. I mean, it's really amazing each time.
You're such a like, not like a food motivated person, but like a sushi motivated person.
So that's all I remember no, from Thanksgiving.
That's a good answer.
Well, I used to way back when there was a time when I was living in a carp center with my family, and I just remember like lots of people, members at our center, and enjoying this full meal with with ham and turkey and mashed potatoes and just like 15, 20 people, all non-related, but we were family,
Right.
and
Yeah.
my kids were really young, and yeah, I think there was this really warm memory of just laughter and enjoying good food and company together. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Usually, like Thanksgiving with my family is more tense. It's like, yeah, it's different. I mean, with my family side, with my wife's side, I think it's better. I mean, this time my wife is going down to visit her sister, and then so that's gonna be the plan this week, but I may need to stay behind. Dr. Young invited me to Thanksgiving on lunch on Thursday. I'm still debating. I need to talk with him tomorrow, and we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. So
actually, I'm getting scuba certified while I'm here in California.
Cool.
In preparation, we're gonna go on the 40th anniversary cruise next year.
Oh,
And
okay.
so we thought, like, we're in California, why don't we get scuba certified? It's probably like cheaper here. So actually, Thanksgiving morning, we might go for an ocean dive.
Man, that's exciting.
Yeah, and maybe a new tradition. Who knows?
Scuba Thanksgiving Thursdays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's one thing someday in the future. One thing, maybe when my kids are gone in college,
To get
we'll
scuba
take up
certified?
scuba. Yeah, I think my wife, although we're both not really good at swimming, but anyway, scuba diving is different, right?
Well, I will say, yeah, I was a competitive swimmer in high school. Like, I am very like confident in the water, and I don't think that there are any transferable skills. Like you expect to be good. And you still have to learn everything. And like, for instance, they told me that I should kick slower. I spent years learning how to kick this fast, but the whole point is to conserve energy when you're
I can kick slowly.
Let's see. Wayne wants to know if your new Holy Canaanites project will be called the Heavenly Canaanites.
We haven't come up with a new name yet, so also the purpose is evolving a little bit, so that's why we're going to take a little bit of time preparing and planning before we launch it early next year. So, but stay tuned. It's going to be good. It is going to be good.
And Akemi says that we always have edamame with turkey also.
Oh, now that's a nice fusion. Turkey and edamame.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've always only had the traditional American Thanksgiving dinner, and then a couple of years I went to the Heller's house for Thanksgiving because my sister lives there, and they have like this whole spread, and it's American, and there's like egg rolls and gyoza also. And they, like the house is full of people. That's a fun experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taka Sugawara says, I'm pretty sure the first Thanksgiving also consisted of a lot of fish. Sushi is historically accurate.
Is that true? All the images are like Indians and potatoes and corn and that kind of stuff. I don't remember seeing fish.
I can imagine though that New England would have.
That's true. New England, it was near the ocean, so they probably did have fish.
I don't know about
and of
sushi.
Course, there's rivers.
But we'll claim it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Sushi Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so really quickly, what are you looking forward to for this upcoming week?
Well, I think Thanksgiving meals are always yummy. So that's one thing. And on Wednesday before the holiday, I'm going to be reviewing a proposal for the leadership program with Breastfed. So those are two things that I'm looking forward to this week.
Great. Okay, I guess on that note, we are out of time for this week. So thank you all for joining us for this Thanksgiving episode of Tea with the President. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy. Lots of turkey and hopefully some sushi as well.
Yeah, and God bless you, and we will see you next week.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.